Hey everybody, how's it going? Not going to waste a lot of time on the intro tonight. Got to get into things, got to get going. How's everybody doing? So I just got home from work, I don't even think it's been an hour. And got to do day number 2, 12 streams of Christmas. On the second day of Christmas, we talked about Google Calendar events. That's the topic for tonight. Of course, anything else that you guys come up with along the way. Always game for squirreling around. How's everybody doing? I saw Will and I saw Ryan and I saw Quindor in there. Let's see, I got to pull up the chat here. That was the one thing I didn't do before we went live-o. Live-o! All right, pop-out chat. Yeah, there it is. Oh, you know what, though? I'm signed in as Justin Aiden, not as DrZzs. That should be fine. Xlights just updated for me, not WLED. Xlights just updated, not WLED. Don't understand. Keith, what's up? That's good. I mean, they update. Sometimes WLED. WLED, let's see. Is there a new one yet? I know they were tinkering around with the beta. I know there was some rumors. F16B3 may be on my shopping list this new year. So is that a Falcon player? Is that a Falcon 16 channels or something? Hey, Charlie's here. How's it going, man? Thanks, Alex. How are you? Figure out your garbage disposal. Oh, good. Hey, we're going to talk about Google Calendar, buddy. Alex, we're going to talk about Google Calendar. Victor from Portugal. Victor, you were the one that got me started on the BH10 freeze, aren't you? You are the one. Yes, 2.0's out 9.0 out 2 days ago. Oh man, we're gonna have to try it. We are gonna have to try it. Let's see, where's the releases? Code. And then releases. Oh yeah. Full redesign of the menu. Oh my gosh, here we go. We're flashing something right now. We're sidetracked definitely already. Oops, not that squirrel. This one. Huh? We didn't get very far. Have I used an ESP32 camera? Yes, I have. Let me get a Node MCU because we got to check out. This new release. Am I happy with the ESP32 cameras? They weren't the solution I was hoping they would be. I think that's fair. I don't think it's fair to expect too much from them. They are tiny. They're low power. They're all this. They can do some things. I think we still need to have some improvement on available firmware for them. Yeah, they're not there yet. It's a great concept, and for some things, it's going to be useful, but not for everything. Now we know this is the real Z's. How do we know this is the real Z's? I don't know. It may not be. All right, I need a Node MCU right now. Fortunately, I have muchos. You'll vouch for him. The shine is right. Alrighty. We may get a visit tonight from RGB Man. We were texting earlier, and he's hopefully or possibly anyways going to stop by tonight. And I don't know what time. I told him I was home and I'd be home the rest of the evening. So maybe if he gets a chance, he'll come by. And if I'm still streaming when he comes by, that'll be awesome. All right, we're going to go to this version, and we're going to find... Oh, is it B1? Is that beta? It doesn't matter, right? And I don't need anything funny. I just need this right here. Okay. Download that, baby. It's going in my Flash Easy folder, where I have more bin files than any man should ever have. Christmas bonus! Dr. Z, since I saw your Xlights stream yesterday, going to make my custom 3D animation video clip for my matrix. Awesome. Ooh, I'll have to show you my matrix too. I will show you my matrix. All right, let's do this though. Let's check out this new Xlights. Oops, or this new WLED. All right, so WLED. Serial port. Browse. Flash Easy folder. 9. Beta. Go. Flash. Okay, now I can show you this. So I did last night with some help from a couple of the boys. We took the matrix and somebody called it a light bright. Sorry about the sound. That's me talking in the video here. Let me mute that. There we go. Anyways, we took this the matrix and we put those glass beads all over it just to see how it would look. And you can see kind of what it does to it. So it's this versus that. I mean, obviously there's a pile of those on there, but I liked it. We were just setting them on there just to see how they would look. And I liked it. I actually liked it quite a bit. I thought it looked really good. It looked a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those glass beads on there because they do look pretty good. So, and then I actually think I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to mount it in here. I guess I want to look at it because it's cool and you can do fun things with it. Could not open the port. Unexpected. What? ¿Cómo sea posible? System cannot find file specified? What? What you talking about? Oh, let's see. We got to do this. Huh. Wonder why. Okay, well, we'll try that again. Maybe it didn't finish downloading. Maybe it didn't download right. Maybe the files broke. Didn't let it download right. Or didn't finish something. See, that downloads kind of fast. That makes me suspicious. That makes me suspicious. Why don't we try this one? I don't know what difference that'll make. It still seems to work. And the webcam towards the monitor so the computer can see the file. Yeah? Oh, because it can't find it. It's right there. Is it plugged in? Yeah, I guess. Why did I have no COM selected there for a minute? That's interesting. Went away. There's the COM. Let's try it again. When all else fails, just keep trying. I don't want that other one. I want this one. Interesting. Why would it be selecting a COM port? Maybe the wire, the cord that I have is no good. It doesn't just happen to you guys. Unplug it, then plug it back in. That'll do it. Drop that like button. So I almost have the video ready for, let's see, it still says COM9. There we go. Huh. So I guess probably the cord that I had, I thought this was one that has the data wires in it, but I think what it is it's just a power only. This USB cable's power only probably. Race to 60 likes. Let's see if we can get it. Go, go, go. Everybody vote. Just had stranger knocking the door asking where did we get the lights. I told him to check out DrZzs on YouTube. Yes, David, bonus. Thank you, my friend. That's so fantastic. That's awesome. So and on that note, we did the Xlights stream on Sunday and fumbled through and got some stuff to work finally, right? Learned quite a bit of stuff. And when we got and then later that day or the next, I can't remember when it was, but I filmed separate from that stream and I got it 99% edited right now. I think if I had another half an hour, I'd upload it. So I might even upload it tonight for tomorrow morning or something like that. So we'll get that out. And I will warn you ahead of time. Anybody who already knows how to use Xlights, it's probably not going to do anything for you. And I spent a lot of time on the setup part, going through that and trying to make it as really understandable. So I repeated everything a bunch of times, and then not very much time on putting in the effects and how to make the show itself, because I felt like that was something that everybody just needs to do a little bit on their own. And we can do more about it another time. I filmed a lot of stuff about it, but the video was already 20 minutes long and I had to cut some stuff out. So I cut it down on that end. All right. So this is complete. Let's check it out. We should have a WLED AP. Look at all these hotspots. What the heck? We don't have a WLED AP. View logs, permission error. What in the blasted? I wonder if I got a bad... This R2 unit has a bad motivator. Demonetize this video. Dang, what the heck? Expected error. Could not open port. Permission error. Noob question. Go for it, Pablo. That is pretty strange. Huh. Well, I'll try it again. Is that... No, it didn't already have WLED on it. This was a fresh one. Unplug and replug. Next time you set up Xlight, let's do auto start channel. You can forget about universes. You can forget about universes? Well, that's tempting. Oh, you know what? I think I unplugged it and didn't plug it back in. Paul, I did give you some credit in the video. I called you my Xlights Yoda. Inspired somewhat by your little green monster there, your little mohawk green awesome monster in your icon, which is super cool. Okay, now it's going to say AP mode here, I'm sure. Come on. Where are you at? Oh, what is the deal? The blue light's on. Huh. Open this back up. Got the new WLEDs to work just now. Awesome. Yeah, something's wrong. That is not right. Something's wrong. I don't know if it's... Yeah, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Let's try a different Node MCU. Oh, look, and then the light went out on it. I wonder if this one's just bad. It's certainly possible. These are pretty cheap. Yeah, new board is broken. For $2 a piece, I guess you get what you pay for sometimes. All right. Let's flash a different board then. I could change USB ports too. Okay. Let's try it again. There we go. Crazy. Okay, let's try it. What are the cheapest LEDs I can add behind the TV? Don't need anything fancy. Now, Kuba, do you want to do something? When you say you don't need anything fancy, do you want to do something programmable so you can tell different LEDs on the string to be different colors, or are you just interested in all the LEDs being one color? Because that would make a big difference. Because you can get pretty cheap ones that are just... Oh, my computer is misbehaving. You can get pretty cheap ones that are all going to be the same color. The whole string will stay the same color. I don't know how cheap those get, but I'd say if you spent more than $10, you'd probably be getting ripped off. If you want individually addressables, you can probably get a string of... you can get you probably don't need a 5-meter string to go behind your TV. You could probably do it for a couple of those strings I used on the Matrix, which are like $1.50 each if you get them from AliExpress. And you know, it's funny, I could not find any of those. There we go. Different cable. Just one color, no effects. Mostly adding it to HomeKit later. Yeah, I would just, then what you need is just some analog ones. Get ones that have maybe a Wi-Fi controller that you can do something with later. There you go. Will's probably sharing something with you. All right. That was funny because it did flash that first one, didn't it? Like we went through all this and just the AP mode never showed up. Huh. It'll be interesting to see. Let's look at this. Let's look at this thing that Will's got here. What do you popped up for us there, buddy? Oh, cool. So that's a simple little ground signal. So this is for RGB. Yeah, ESP8266. Wait. There's not an 8266 on this though. Adapter. Wi-Fi module. DIY for Arduino. Oh, interesting. What does that do for you? ESP01, perfect for WLED. Oh, all right, cool. So you use this and an ESP01, and you just plug it right in there. Cool. Nice. Well, that's pretty dang cheap. The new UI is so clean. I'm so excited to see it. Let's check it out. Are we done? We're complete. All right, now we shouldn't have to restart it. There we go. Go figure. It's working now. Connecting to that. 5 of those little boards and love them. All right, well now I have to. Video is blurred 360. What? Anybody else having that issue? Uh-oh. 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 1 second. Make an announcement. Daddy's trying to do the living right now. Look, can we not stream on YouTube or Netflix or anything for a little bit? Please? They call it living, the little girls do. It's not. 720, 1080, I don't know. Okay. The shine, it's the shine. All right. Let's do this. We got to go here. And we got to go to here. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Did it not connect? That didn't connect. Interesting. It's bad from shared Dropbox clip from my lights. No, it's not bad at all. What is the deal? Can't connect to this network. Hi, baby. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay, you can go back on.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Living.
Oh.
Yeah, right now. There's all these guys are watching right now. Say hi.
Hi.
Noob question: when painting the channels for the LEDs, do you also paint over the diffuser or leave it clear? Leave it clear. Yeah, leave it clear. You don't want to paint over it. Same issue? Which issue? Being issue with the getting it to connect to the AP mode, or issue with my stream being 360p? I'll watch the stream later. Working on your final job. Love you, baby. What are you doing?
I'm looking at that picture.
It's cute, isn't it?
Where is it?
I don't know. Wherever Jackson took his prom pictures. All right. I just unplugged it, plugged it back in. Just need to show us all how to DIY a mega tree, and then I won't need a kit from Holiday Coro. We're going to DIY a Christmas tree. We're going to DIY a mega tree before the end of the 12 streams of Christmas. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Very buggy on the Wemos D1 Mini. Yeah, maybe it's still a little too early for this version of WLED. Because I have with 0.8.6, I was having zero troubles. Can't connect to this network. Okay. Well, you know what? We've been sidetracked, unfortunately, on this for a little while. I'll have to tinker with it, or maybe we'll try it again when there's the next version. This is Finland calling. This is the United States calling. They keep hanging up. Name that one. Huh? Name that one. You guys can do it. I'm sure you can. All right. Well, that's too bad. I wanted to really check out the new UI and stuff, but we'll get to it eventually. Now, the title of the stream and the thing I had in mind for going through tonight is this. That. Google Calendar events. Pink Gloyd. That's right. That's him. Try using your phone. Oh, I could try that. I'm not going to bother with it, Chris. Thank you, though. I'll try it again another time. Pink Floyd. That's right. What? They keep hanging up. I love that part. I wonder if they really prank called some operator and had her do that. That'd be awesome. Record it. Okay. How many have Google Calendar set up in Home Assistant? Actually, there's probably some guys here that aren't running Home Assistant, right? Some of you guys that are mostly here for the LED stuff. Home Assistant is my smart home hub of choice. That's what makes all this beautifulness and a bunch of other things. There's a man answering. Yeah, that's right. There's a man answering. I don't know why you keep. Anyways, GCal. Okay, good. So, what I'm gonna do first is I'll go through how I'm using Google Calendar for automations first, and then we'll go through this setup process, because this setup process has me a little concerned that I will undo something and have a hard time redoing it. So rather than undo my API connection with Google Calendar and Home Assistant first and risk not having it work, I'm going to take what I've got working and we'll kind of do the second part first, and then we'll come back and do this part after. All right. Blade uses Node-RED for that. Yeah, probably a lot do. Maybe someday I'll get it done. Hey, Ron, ahoy. Just got home from work. Glad to make the stream. We're glad you're here. We haven't done farting unicorns yet, so here you go. I know you got it set up, Alex. That's right. Alex is the one that told me this would work. We talked about this. So this came about because when I first did my LEDs a couple years ago, you could, through if this then that, you could use the ESPN component or whatever you want to call it on if this then that app, I guess. So you could use the ESPN app on if this then that to and a webhook in Home Assistant to trigger an automation. So I had it set up so that when, and it was really cool. It's a video that nobody watches. I'll show it to you. It's a video that I did a long time ago that hardly anybody has ever watched. Is it in the LEDs playlist? I think it's in the LEDs playlist even. We don't want to play all this. We just want to look at the list. Here it is. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. That's not the right LEDs playlist. What is this? What is this? Oh, that's the live streams playlist. I want this playlist. Oh, curses. Oh, maybe I clicked the wrong playlist. LEDs. View full playlist. All right. Oh, you know what? I might not have put it in here because it became irrelevant. Anyways, the cool thing was when my team would, when a game would start, I would get a notice on my phone and it would say, hey, the game's starting. And it would turn on my lights in my team colors. And then at the end of the game, ESPN had a notification it would send, and you could use that as a trigger and if this then that. And it would send me a notification say, hey, the game's over. Did we win? If we won, well, then it gave me the choice. I could pick a button. If I pushed one button, then my lights would go and do something different, right? If we won, yay. If we lost, then my lights would just turn off. I'd push a different button and the lights would turn off. So that's how this idea started. And then they took that ESPN app out of if this then that. So as a close approximation of a replacement, Google Calendar has a way that we can do it. When you do go through this process here and eventually get your Google Calendar synced with Home Assistant, there's a couple things to do. One is to, in your Google Calendar, you can go to other calendars and you can add calendars. So subscribe to a calendar. Let's see, I need to bring this over so you can see the whole thing. Subscribe to a calendar, and then you can pick a calendar like something that you, some team that you like. Let's pick something like, this is going to upset people, but whatever. We're going to pick the, oh no, this is a person. I don't want those. I want browse calendars of interest. There you go. So we can do different holidays. We can do sports. So let's do hockey. Let's do hockey. Yeah. Hockey. National Hockey League. Okay. And the Las Vegas Golden Knights. That's what I'm looking for. Las Vegas Golden Knights. Why are they not on here? Maybe they haven't been, they've only been in the league a couple years. They should be here. That's crazy. How could they not be here? Am I missing them? Anaheim Ducks, Arizona Coyotes, Dallas, Kings, Wild, Devils, Senators. What the heck? Huh. That's crazy. Well, let's just pick something random. Let's pick the Detroit Red Wings then. So we're going to subscribe to that calendar. So it added that calendar. And now if I go back to my calendars, there's no games right now, but it would show the games like it shows here. Oh, no, it does have Red Wings games right here. So there it is. Red Wings and Maple Leafs. Okay, so it's now got a game for next. Oh, well, actually, there's one tomorrow. So there's a game right there. All right. Now, I didn't have this done before, so that probably won't show up. But because I had my other sports teams chosen that way, when I connected Home Assistant, all right, we got somebody else following. Thank you, broken leg. when there's a when you connect Home Assistant and Google Calendar, it brings in those calendars that you have, and you can see them by going here to the states page and searching for calendar. I'm just going to see if that Red Wings one showed up. My guess is it probably won't unless I do like a restart or something. But these other ones, the older ones, will. Okay. Yeah. So what the only ones that are showing up here are Michigan Wolverines and football, basketball and football. So we're going to look at the basketball one. And what we see is that there's no games today, but when there is a game, it will say on over here. And then it gives you some information as well. So you can use this information to make an automation really easily. You can set the trigger, and we'll walk through one of these right now, but you can set the trigger for the automation to be any time that this calendar state goes to on. Because it'll be, when they're playing a game, when that team is playing a game, it'll show up in Google Calendar, and it will be, so this will show up as on. And then you can use that. You can use that to make lights. You can use that to make an announcement, with Amazon Echo or Google Home or whatever. You can send a notification on your phone, all kinds of things. So that's pretty awesome. Let me see what I'm missing. Go Toronto. Going to give the ESP32 camera a go. Good luck with it, man. What did I use? Oh, ESP Home. ESP Home. ESP Home. If you're using Home Assistant Bing, ESP Home has a pretty good integration for that. Has a pretty good camera software. That's what I did. You can go back and look at the one I did. I did a video about making a doorbell out of it last year sometime. All right. So I could set my lights to come on red, yellow, blue anytime Real Salt Lake plays. That is cool. That's exactly what you can do. That is exactly what you can do. So let's go through the automation part, and then we'll come back and we'll go through the setup of the calendar part again, because like I said, I think it might be, oh good, that was not my actual password. That was a generic WPA supplicant.conf for a Raspberry Pi probably at some point in the past. All right, so what I'm going to open up here is my automations.yaml. And do I want to do it through, I'll do it through Visual Studio. That'll be fine. It won't really matter. Do I save? Sure. Whatever. Don't save. Okay, so here we go. Let's search, because I already have it in here. So we'll search for the one that I already have. bball. All right. Here we go. It's as simple as this. Actually, I think it looks like I did this in the automations editor, so we can walk through that too if you want. Does it give you the time the game starts in the attributes? You know what? Let's look and see. I think it does. Yeah, it does right there. So you could even pull that out. So if you were good at making a template, Bing, or who was asking? Jaime. Yeah, so if you could, you could pull out that information. You could pull out who they're playing, and you could pull out what time and day it starts and stops. So you could even have a countdown, right, somewhere on your Home Assistant interface. I don't know what that. Yeah, I'm not as good with the templates, so somebody would have to. We could try and work on that maybe, or if you know, or somebody knows how to template that or what that would look like for the automation. Let's do it. Hey, Pinky's here. How's it going? How's it going, Jenny? I haven't seen you in a while. Glad to have you. Thank you for being here. Okay, back to the automation. This is basically what the automation looks like. Oh, of course, it disappeared on me. There we go. This is what the automation looks like. I did this through the automations editor, so it spontaneously generated an ID. No big deal. The alias is the name that I give it. Okay. I gave it a description that just says what it's going to do. Turn on the office LED when the UMM plays basketball. Oh, that's why these. Oh, that's funny. That's the same light that turns on when Frank is streaming. So I came home from work the other day and the light was on in the office. I'd forgotten I did this. The light was on in the office that is usually only on when Frank streams. And so I was like, oh, Frank's streaming. So I sat down, I turned on Twitch and no Frank. I'm like, oh man, that's funny. I wonder what's wrong with my light. No, though it was working. It was just this. Okay. Then here's the important part, the trigger. The trigger entity ID is that calendar entity, and it's the bball calendar. So that's this line right here for anybody that's not formed an automation this way before. So you can just copy this name, that's the entity ID, and you paste it in right here for entity ID. And then what you're doing is you're saying anytime that this entity state goes from off to on, this automation will run. And all I set it to do was to turn on my office light. Oh, that's funny. I did light turn on and effect. But what I didn't do, I didn't want it to be this light. That's funny. But it turned on this light. What I wanted it to do is turn on my my office strip of LEDs on the floor with running 2 as the effect. I wonder why it didn't do that. So this must need to have an entity ID here for this to be right. Because right now it doesn't say which entity it is. So we're going to put that right here for which light it actually is turning on. So to figure out which light we actually want it to turn on, I'm going to go here and make sure I've got the right one. This is it right here. This is my WLED strip of office. Light.office. I have 2 of them apparently. I wonder which one's right. I don't know why I would have 2, but I think I would use this one. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Somehow it doubled up on the integrations. I think somebody was saying that they'd had something like that happen too, where for some reason when you do the integration of WLED, you end up with 2 of them. All right, so now the entity ID is Office 2. Turn on the light, effect, running 2. I think that'll work. So if I save that, let's see. Back here, we're going to go to Developer Tools. Oops, not Developer Tools, Configuration. Server Controls. Check it and make sure it's not messed up. Set mine up to activate a scene. Oh, that's a good idea too. You can totally do that. Sorry about the caps. The new UI is nice. Awesome. The WLED UI. I'm sad I didn't get it working. Does it give you the time, the game? Oh, yes, we already talked about that. Hey, we already talked about that. All right, good. I'm caught up on the chat. Well, that wasn't too hard. All right. I wonder why I'm having trouble with that. WLED. Did you? So, you guys that have had success with that WLED, when you loaded it, did you load it on a fresh board or did you load it on a new one? Do you not like the automations editor? It does a great job for simple automations. We could use the automations editor, Will. I am just used to doing it manually like that, and I need to learn Node-RED. You are so right, Stone Obscurity. You are so right. I do. Reload automations. Anyways, yeah, I do need to do it. And now it formats the text correctly for the most part. Good. You are old school. Can we do tomorrow morning? RGB Man says, yeah, sure. For sure. Yes, Mike. Going out with the wife tonight. Gotta score those points. Gotta get those WF points. Sounds good. Okay. Took me a little while, but I truly feel more confident with the editor and go back to YAML and learn. We should do the editor. I will teach you. Oh, good. Do teach me. Maybe we can do that still tonight. Well, probably not. Not like Q10. Sure. That'll work. Okay. Tried all ways of loading from OTA and erasing Flash. None of them work at the moment for me on the D2 Mini. Oh, you mean for WLED? That's a bummer. How do you set up a scene? Ooh, Kelvin, let's set up a scene. You set up a scene. We have a scene editor now. We have a scene editor, and I've played with it, and I don't know if it's working. I should probably not do it. But a scene, it kind of looks like this. What a scene is, Kelvin, is a snapshot of the state of a bunch of entities in Home Assistant. So it can mean these lights are on, those ones are off, the thermostat's set to this temperature, the alarm is on or the alarm is off. And anyways, it's a snapshot in time of the state of a bunch of entities, and then you just trigger it. So basically you say, well, I want the like the common one for the for everybody's the romantic scene, right? The lights dim to 50%. Maybe you set a music to play off of a media player that you have or something like that. And you lock the door, do those things. And so when you just activate that scene, then all those states, it changes all those entities to the state that you put in this scene. Just updated OTA. How'd that work, Lynn? So you make a scene by, I am squirreling, aren't I? This is awesome. Kind of sort of squirreling. You make a scene, not in the typical way you would make a scene. By, let's see, don't I have a scenes.yaml? Or is it just in my configuration? No way. I don't have a scenes? I know I have some scenes. Where are they? Where are you, scenes? I thought for sure I had a scenes.yaml. Maybe it's in my configuration. Probably is. Along with everything else. Yeah, yep, it is. So here's an example. So I have a scene which was just to turn all the lights off. And it just looks it's as simple as this. In the scene heading, or if you had a full YAML file that was scenes, give it a name, and then you just list all the entities and the state you want them in. Just like that. And then I did a couple others here, and this is a different, these are two different scenes. Dining shade open, dining shade closed. And this was how I was controlling the motor, so don't worry too much about that. Basically, it's just setting one switch to on, one switch to off. Office bedtime turns a bunch of things off. Office occupied turns a bunch of things on. Here's a little bit more game time. This would turn off the crown lights, turn off the light on the fan, turn the fan on, and then set a couple of colored bulbs to different colors. So this is a scene for watching a football game on the TV here in my office. So that's some general or generic scene stuff. obviously I don't use scenes a lot. I think some people do a lot of them. I don't do so many. Hey, Clint, how's it going? You did catch a live stream. Congratulations. Love that hair. How much have I missed? Just noticed the stream. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Tony, you missed a few things, not a ton. Can anybody help set up Bluetooth on a laptop NUC for HASS.io? Can't get it to work. Ooh. Are you just running HASS.io on the NUC, or are you running something else, Proxmox or something? Getting excited, the D2 Mini. Wouldn't that be great if there was a D2? All right. Let's see. So back to, now that we've got this automation, should have set up the automation now. We can go back in here and we can look for that automation, which had a name in it about calendar, right? Maybe it didn't say that. Automation. No. So it must have said, what was the name of it? Let's just look back at the name of it. Turn on LEDs when UM plays bball. So let's look for bball. Bball. All right. So right now, that's the calendar. It's off, but where's the automation? Come on. Really? Huh. Should be basketball game. Oh my gosh, I'm such a dummy. I was looking at the description and not the name. Yeah. That's right. Mess with those Michigan grads. We smart. Been waiting for the stream, then go and miss the start. Oh, sorry, Tony. That's okay. We haven't been going very long. Oh, is the scene editor in 103? Okay, we should do it then. I know the scene editor, they introduced it after the State of the Union thing that Paulus did, and I played with it a little bit, but it wasn't, I didn't spend too much time on it, to be honest, but it wasn't as easy as I had hoped. So hopefully you're right, and hopefully it's a lot better. All right, so here it is. This is the automation, and it's on. It's ready to go. If I click this, I can trigger it, and it turned on my lights, but it didn't turn on the effect. So there must be something wrong with the way I formatted this part. I wonder why. Anybody see the problem there? Let's look at this scene thing. Scene editor. Thank you, Will. Yeah, see, romantic scene. That seems to just be the one. Bed light, ceiling light. In 102, introduced the first version. You just created a new, and you're all set in UI and enjoy. Oh man, so that is so nice. So there's a couple things I saw you had to do. So we'll look at that in a minute. Let's see if there's something that we can find. I wonder why. Home assistant. Let's just look at the light and make sure. Or you know what? Probably the effect name, maybe. If we look at the light itself, we can look at the different effect options. Yeah, so it's on. Probably need to make sure that I copy it exactly here. Oh, I bet you it's running space 2. Do you see that? It's that simple. It's that simple of a mistake. Let's just hope that when I look back here that I did not put a space. Look at that. Well, there's the problem, right? Oops, that's a tab. There. Now it should work. Isn't that crazy? That's too bad. I wonder if I need to put that in quotes since it's got a... Maybe I will. I'm going to put it in quotes just because it's got that space. I don't know if that'll mess it up or not. All right, so now we're going to save it again. And now we're going to reload the automations again. Server controls, reload. I'm not going to bother checking it. It's pretty easy. All clear here, folks. Out of focus. No. Coding be like that. Ain't that the truth? All right. So let's now go back while we're waiting for that to reload, which shouldn't take very long. But you've got me curious now about updating just to look at that. Let's see, because I can't remember what version I'm on. I know I'm on 102 at least. Error while loading. Probably because of it's reloading the automations. Pixel controller or Dankel websites. One space. Oh, I miss it. See you later. See ya, Casa Mia. Have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do it at a different time of day. It'll be a little earlier probably. Would be nice if I could read your back screen. I could try and make it bigger. How's that? Oof. Now I got to back up a little bit. Ah. Of course, I didn't check my config and it was wrong. Isn't that funny? Oh, it was messed up. So maybe the quotes were bad. Maybe that I should have done a check. So crazy. And now I probably need to just restart the whole thing because I don't have a way to restart it from here. Yep. All right. Off to Proxmox we go. Good times. Good times. We're just going to restart this. Stop. First time, every time. Perfect. Every time. Start. All right. Oh, man, oh, man. Or HAF points for some, that's right. I have automations, then turn them on or off. 1/2 inch PVC, the best looking permanent option is vinyl siding J channel. PVC, didn't like the ideas of putting screws in my siding. Getting red box error. Connection to light failed. Please refresh the page. If the issue persists, reboot your ESP. Uh-oh. Where are you getting that from, Lynn? Is that from a WLED board? Zoinks. Oh, that's because my home assistant restarted. So, the states of everything. Probably going to turn the air conditioning on in a minute. Awesome. The night the lights went out. Oh, man. Home assistant. Foolproof. No problems. It's perfect every time. Perfect every time. Come on now. I might have to go back to Proxmox. Seems to be running. I don't see a problem. Come on, man. What is going on? The one time I don't check the config, right? I mean, one little change that didn't check the config. Boom. Implosion. Well. There we go. If there's an error in a config, you can't just reboot. Got to SSH in and Proxmox and manually edit. Well, I've changed it because it was still up. So we're back. We're back in business. Now I got to go back here and turn my office lights back on. That's better. That's better. Okay. Now, what we were going to look at here into my super humongo thingy. We're going to go to, oh, let's turn off this other light. Let's go here for a minute. We're going to turn off all of these lights. Let's make sure the air conditioning doesn't come on. Okay, just to make sure. Sometimes things get a little funky after a restart. All right, so my lights on the floor are off at this moment. So now I can go back here. We can go find that automation again. It's hard to see with it too big. I mean, maybe I made it a little too big. Okay. And then we're going to find that automation again. Automation basketball game. Okay. And now we're going to trigger it. Yes! Success. You can't see it, but I promise my WLED strip down on the floor is doing the running to effect. So that was it. It was that space. Love it. Just the space. Okay, so that was that part. Now, what do you want to do? Let's keep going with this. I want to do the scene thing, but maybe we can do the scene thing in the morning or tomorrow or the day after, something like that. But let's go through this part. Would this be interesting to enough of us? Are there enough of us that are interested in going through this setup process for linking Google Calendar to Home Assistant? What do you guys think? I'll give you a minute to answer because there's probably a delay. Yep. Have a look at my Discord. Oh, I hadn't even had the Discord open. Let me do that. No, more WLED and Xlights. Okay, we can do that. Automation and scene editor. You definitely should do that, right? We should do that. I want to do the scene editor. I'll update my Home Assistant to 103 after the stream tonight, and then we'll be ready to do that. I've got plenty of things to do that I love this 12 streams of Christmas thing because I end up with such a pile of things that I want to communicate. And making a full video is really hard. So I'd post a pic of the new WLED UI on Facebook group, but it's still pending. Oh, really, Keith? I could probably get on there and improve it, but somebody else could too. Can you send it? Just send it to on Discord. Why is Discord not starting? Why not? Google Calendar, the score shows in real time. You can automate the lights every time you score. Is that true? Is that true? The score shows up in the Google Calendar? No, hombre, no me diga eso. Really? Wow. I mean, there's not any games happening right now, so it wouldn't say it. Where would it be? Down here in the description? Maybe? Oh. No more on programming lights. No more on programming lights. Henry says, I want, there definitely has been some in our little community that are like, okay, the lights have been fun, but come on, let's get back to some more general Home Assistant stuff. The light stuff will definitely slow down here in another week and a half. Yes, Google Calendar. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's walk through this process. All right, it gives you a pretty good explanation here, but let's walk through the process. And there will probably be some disclosure of sensitive information, but I'm not going to keep this API code that gives me. I'll just delete it afterwards. Oh, from Southern Utah, first catching. Hey, Danny, are you down there in St. George or something? Thanks for being here, man. ¿De dónde tú eres? Soy de Utah ahorita. Estoy en Utah ahorita. Soy de Las Vegas. Nací en Nebraska. Y aprendí a hablar español en México. Hace como 20 años. Vivía algunos años en Mexico. Yes, in St. George. I haven't looked to where it shows up, but it does say it's next to the name of the team in the UI. Oh, that's stinking awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, now I'll have to really look at it next time there's a game. Work on pulling that out. All right, let's follow these instructions. Let's just follow along. Google Developer Console, go. Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. I want to open it in a new window so I can come back and reference these. Open in a new tab. That's better. All right. Here we go. Create a project. Let's just make sure we're following along what it says. I'm going to shrink this down so we can see them both at the same time. Okay. I feel like I've done this, but maybe I didn't do it on a video before. No on what you're doing now. Yep, more WLED. Oh, wrong. I need more. More LED stuff. All right. If you have team calendar selected, you get score updated. You can scroll back and see final scores of past games. Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh, that's a good idea. Let's look at it that way. Oh, except I don't want to look at the last score. Let's go back and look from earlier in the season. Let's see. Let's pick a game back here that I know we won. Yeah, right there. So that's interesting. This doesn't tell me how it's broken down. Oh, I guess that will show up. That will show up in whatever the, what are those called? Where the information is. So that will show up right here. So it'll be part of the message. It'll be part of the message. So what you could do is have it display the message. So when yes, it'll be in attributes for message, and it'll be in the message. It'll update with the score in the message. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey Tyson, you didn't text me. You pixels on the house? Nice work, man. Nice work. Need more on programming. I'm so confused, Henry, but hey, we're going to do some more of this, all right? We're going to do some more of this. So hopefully this is what you want. Okay, we're going to go here. Gets to the point of asking which API. So we're just going to do this, create a project. Yes, yes, I'm in the United States. I'm going to continue. I don't think I have any other choices here, except that there's other projects I've already chosen. Let's just do this. Agree. Creating a project. What? How many pixels, Tyson? Did you put a bunch? Did you go a little crazy? All right, go to credentials. The project has been created and Google Calendar API has been enabled. Next, to use the API, you need the right credentials. Go to credentials. It didn't say which API are you using. Maybe it took me already there. Under APIs and services, credentials. Credentials. Okay, create credentials. OAuth ID. That says OAuth consent screen. Configure consent screen. To create an OAuth client ID, you must first set a product name on the consent screen. Okay, OAuth consent screen. Okay, so we're on step 4. We're making some progress here. We're down to step 4. So the application name, we're going to call it gcalendario, because I think I already have one that's called Google Calendar. All right. Anything you want. We suggest Home Assistant save this page. You don't have to fill out anything else here. Okay. Save. I obviously did this before, but it's not like I remember this. If you already have gcals, then there's no reason to do this part of the setup. I know I'm doing it as an example. I'm walking through it so that people who haven't done it have the example ahead of them. So I don't need to do it, I know, for my calendars, but somebody else probably will, and so I'm just showing them the example. All right, next. On the menu item credentials, click Create Credentials OAuth Client ID. That's not what I have here. I'm just going to hit Create, I guess. No. Click on the menu item again. Credentials. Now we're going to do Create Credentials OAuth Client ID. Okay. Other. Okay. Name like Home Assistant Credentials. So we're going to say again Calendario Credentials. Creds. Street creds, yo. And click Create. Copy the client ID. Copy the client ID and the client secret from the page that follows into a text editor temporarily, as you'll need to put these in your configuration.yaml file. Okay. Copy. We're going to just go right to here. Oh, it's going to be under. Well, this is where you would put them. So you don't really have to put them temporarily anywhere. There we go. I think that's where they would go. So yeah, there it is. So the client ID right here, here's your client ID. That would go in this section. So you would need a section that says Google, client ID, and then I've got it in a secrets file, and I've got one that I actually use, not this one, but I would copy this and paste it right here. And then client secret is this part. So you copy that part and you paste it right after client secret. Okay. And that's that. Let's go back to the instructions. I think that might be the end of that. All right. Copy into my configuration file, click on the menu item library, and enable it. So that's this. Now we need to go here and enable this, right? Okay, that's not what it said. Click on the menu again, and then library. And then search for what I just, is it Google Calendar API that I need to search for? Google Calendar API. And it would say enable here, but since I already have it enabled, it says enabled. But then I would enable it, and that would be it. All right. Done. If you will later be adding more scopes than just the Google Calendar API to the OAuth for this application, I don't know what that means even. You lose your refresh token due to re-authenticating to add more API access. It's recommended to use different authorizations for different pieces of Google. Okay, I don't know what that means. So now it does make a Google Calendar.yaml. If you go look at the files in here, Google Calendars.yaml, and you can set it so that some display and some don't, right? Because I'm subscribed to more calendars than show up on that list, because I only had like 3 that were showing up, right? Why can't I move this? There we go. So this is what is in this Google Calendars YAML file. And it's got the calendar ID, which is a bunch of stuff. This is probably going to give you guys all my secret information, so you can now subscribe to my personal calendar if you'd like. Then it gives, let's see, what is it? Entity, there's a device ID, Google generated ID that's unique for this calendar. Okay. Yes, you can have multiple sensors to a calendar. Don't know what that means. Device ID, string required, name that your automations and scripts will see. So like the one for the basketball, it's down here. Here. So I gave it a name, bball, Michigan Wolverines bball. Ignore availability. Sure, that's true. track true. So this is what determines whether or not it shows up in your calendar in Home Assistant. Whether the track part here. So I think that's it. I guess there's a few things that you can do. Other attributes here. Sensor attributes. Offset reached. If you use for a search for apps, okay. Message. The event title with the search and offset values extracted. So in the above example for offset reached, the message would be set to very important message. Okay, so you could do some things with importance. I don't obviously understand all of these settings. This is talking about what you can do. Oh, to add an event. Oh, so you can add an event. Oh, that's cool. So from Home Assistant, you can add an event to your calendar as well. Oh, wow. That's cool. Didn't know you could do that. I'm out, but hope to see more RGB. After all, this is the season. You will, Paul. You will, you will. You will, you will. This is sort of RGB related because the point of doing this is to get the RGBs to turn on when your sports team comes on. My purpose for the RGBs is not just holiday. It's not just Christmas. It's all the time for all kinds of things. And you can set, this is a nice way to have a calendar that will pull things up automatically like birthdays, and then you can trigger those. How would you display your calendar in Home Assistant? I don't know how you would display the calendar. It shows up like a switch. Let's see what it says here about displaying a calendar. I don't think it probably says anything here. We could just do a little search and see. I kind of feel like I saw something like that. Display something in Lovelace. Lovelace Google Calendar. Dun, dun, dun. Look at this. I created a Lovelace Google Calendar component. Here it is. I wonder if it's in this repo's deprecated. Sad to say. Not had the time to maintain it. However, there are very good alternatives available. Calendar card or atomic calendar. Okay, there's a calendar card. That'll work. And I'll bet you this is part of Hacks. Yep, it's part of Hacks. Hacks is Home Assistant Community Store. So if I wanted to install calendar card for Home Assistant, I would go to Home Assistant here. And the community store. And plugins is where cards are for Lovelace. And it was calendar. Atomic calendar or calendar card right there. Oop, looks like I already have it installed. Sweet. Let's update it. And I've never used it, so we'll check it out. Go for the atomic calendar card. What does it look like? Oh, it's not like it's that different. Okay. Troy, you've used it. You like the atomic one? All right, let's do the atomic one. Can't hurt. Can't hurt to install more than one. Where's my search bar? Plugins. Come on, man. What's going on here? There we go. There's my search bar. Atomic calendar. New. Install. And then I'll have to add this. Oops. Okay. So now I'm going to go put this in my user interface, which is up here. Configure UI. And then again, raw config editor. And then under resources, make sure we got the right spacing. And that should work. Does it not like that I put the URL first? So now, what do we have to do to make it work? What does it look like? So give me an example here. Calvin icon filter. Advanced config with all options, color changes, and progress bar enabled. Holy cow. Holy cow. Simple configuration. Yeah, that's more like it. Both events mode and calendar mode. Calendar is default. All right, let's try this. Let's grab this. All right, copy that. We'll go here to my test page. This is where I add all my experimentalness. I'm sorry, this is still too big. I cannot function. Configure UI, add one. We're going to make it a manual card. And then we're going to paste this in, although I'm going to have to do some arranging here to make it look right. Okay, and then title. Enable change mode. And then we're going to go to entity, like that. Type lines up like that. And calendar lines up like that, it looks like. Why is this black, I wonder? I think, is this just his specific? Oh, because I cut some of it off. That's why. But I don't. That's interesting. Icon 1, icon 2. End of the stream or document separator is expected at line 3, column 2. No, are you guys ready for sign off?
No.
First live. Love the WLED. Have over lights up and over 1,500 more to put up. Love your channel. Thank you, Tim. I'm happy to hear that, my friend. Missing entity. That kind of looked right, didn't it? That was the example. But now what's this problem we've got? Oh, enable mode true. Does this need to be... Love you, baby. That's still not right. What if we just take this line out? Still not right. Line 4, birthday. What the heck? What the heck? It must be something else. Let's see. I wonder if the spacing's off somewhere else. What do you think, Troy? You've used this. What am I doing wrong? What do we have wrong here? See if you can see it. Tell me where I'm wrong. Might have to set it to one of your calendars. Oh, okay. I only had those couple, right? Let's find one. Come on. Oh, wrong page. Developer tools. States. Calendar. I'll use this one. And I wonder, I'm going to take these other ones off. No, still not there. I don't know what this is. Icon filters. Need your calendars. Quotes on birthday. I just took those whole 2 lines out. Still didn't.
Daddy, can you turn on the Christmas tree lights?
Go just tell. Just go turn on the Christmas tree. What else? Any guys see anything else? Anything else we're missing? All right. Logan, thank you for subscribing. We're going to do... Oh, we haven't done this one in a while. This is how it feels right now. Sorry if that was really loud. I tried to turn down the volume a while back. Thanks for joining us. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know what's missing here. This is probably not something to do live, I guess, again. Something that takes a little troubleshooting. Hello, Curtis. How are you? I've just done another that queries the calendar API for public holidays, etc. Waiting to have my PR merged to make it default in hacks. Awesome, Jenny. Thank you. Has anyone figured out how to use the Apple Watch HAS app? I have not. I don't have an Apple Watch. I don't have a watch at all. Lightning effect is lower now. Perfect volume. Okay, good. Thank you, Will. Try changing the double quotes to single. Well, we're getting closer. No. End of stream or a document separator is expected at line 3, column 2. Does this be in what? Hold on. Turn on the Christmas tree.
It does say the...
Oh, she worked this morning. Well, you know how it is. It always works perfectly. First time, every time. All right, kids need the Christmas tree on. Sorry, baby, you're right.
See.
Oh, it's going to be in here. It did work this morning. I turned it on that way when I left work. I left for work. Okay, now it's on.
How is it on?
Posted one of yours in Discord. Okay, cool. Thank you. Discord doesn't want to start for me. Things are just going all kinds of sideways tonight. What do you know? What do you know? On the second day of Christmas, the stream went down in flames. Yeah, seriously, Discord won't start. I don't know what. I don't know where it went. Why it won't start, but it won't start. Sorry, Troy. Thank you for trying to help. Maybe this is still, maybe that's wrong. Oops. Yeah. I'm a dummy. The problem is I have mashed potatoes for brains. That's the major malfunction. No. There it is. Did it. Ha! Got it. You see that? See, you just bounce around, you play with enough spaces and stuff, and it'll work. So this is what the format should look like. It had the dash and such in there, and I just copied it, and that's not how it should be if you're going to put it by itself. This is how it should be. So it was all nothing but the spacing problem. So default mode 2, what if we put default mode 1? Yeah, then it gives you this thing. Oh, that's so awesome. Wait, that is so awesome. Because now it shows just like that in my UI. Oh my gosh. That's cool. That is cool. And I could probably click it and get what? Oh, and it takes me to my Google Calendar when I click it? Nice. Nice. Spacing. I was off, but not too far off. Yep, you had it. You called it. Dude, that's cool. I like it. Okay, thanks. Nice. Now I need to extract the score or extract that message. Let's make the template. Help me out we're going to do one more thing here. Let's make the template that will extract the message. All right. So if I want to display Like, let's say I want to make a notification, and in the notification, I want to extract this message from that calendar. What would that look like as a template? Let's think about this. If I click this, actually, this is a good way to start. If I click this thing like that, usually pops in a bunch of stuff. There it is. Okay. So I want to extract this in a template format. How would I do that? Hello from Portugal. Hey, Pedro. The filters you deleted probably used to see preferred stuff. Yeah, probably. I'd have to go mess with that. So we want a template to extract this message. How would it look? Well, I think I need a new garbage disposal. Uh-oh, Alex. That's a bummer. I don't even know where to start right now. I'm having a brain freeze. I don't want this if state thing. I want it to display for me what's in that. What is in that message for that calendar entity. Message, no? Oh, Kevin, you are the man. Thank you. None right now. Oh, your calendar. It's not my calendar. It's our calendar. We. +1 Kevin. Kevin, and who was the other? We should probably, somebody else. Well, Troy's been very helpful too. Somebody helped early on too with something like that. Now I don't even remember what it was. Let's get the name right. Copy that. Put that here. Paste. Okay. Ducks at Wolverines. All right, there's the next. Yeah, Kevin for president, stickers. That's what I was going to say. I think Kevin gets a sticker for that for sure. Oh, here we go. Troy's got it too. Platform, template sensors, next agenda, friendly name, next on agenda, value template, your calendar. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to take this now and I'm going to, let's make another automation. Maybe even a couple. Let's try it. Let's use the automations editor. Will says automations editor. You think this would be all right in automations editor, Will? Using templates like this, is it that much improved? We can sure try. What should this automations do? Yeah, it'll notify. Got to be a way to pull the score from the message, live updates. You can, yeah, well, that's what we can do. The message will have the score in it. It's Q&A style. Okay. Let's not do it that way. Then let's just go back this way, because this way we can do it. So if we go here, let's just make a new automation. This is this is how cavemen do it. We're going to make an ID and we're just going to put a bunch of stuff in there, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just got to be unique and probably not have a comma. Okay, and then we're going to make an alias. And we want it, the alias is going to be score update at halftime. Something like that. Or let's do it at the end of game, at the end of game. And it'll be the same principle. You could change it to different times. At the end of bball game. All right. Description, I don't need. Trigger. This is what we're going to do. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that, how it all just populated in there. That's fantastic. Thank you, Frank. I don't know if Frank did that or somebody else. But anyways, seemed interesting, but it's 1 a.m. in Portugal. Got to go to bed. No problem, Pedro. Have a good night, my friend. Got to be the way to pull the scores. Okay, here we go. Entity ID. The entity ID is going to be the calendar again. For some reason, my calendar is not auto-populating. Okay, we're going to take this calendar name, and that goes here. All right, Wolverines basketball. When it goes, I'm going to have it actually go from on to off. So that's going to be at the end of the game, right? So if it's on, that means the game is currently active. And when it's off, I want this automation to trigger. You could also say when it's been, you could say, for the state, you could say like for a certain amount of time. I was going to do that too. Please post this in the description. Thanks. When I'm done with all this, you mean this automation? Okay, sure. I can do that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Is this for Google Home or Echo Dot? No, Nick, this is for, this is Google Calendar and Home Assistant. That's all. So, and then I'm going to have this just send me a notification on my phone when the game is over, or put a notification on, but yeah, I'll just have it do that. I'll have it do that. Send it to my phone. All right. So what we did was we linked Google Calendar with Home Assistant, and then we made a couple automations that trigger based on public calendars that you can subscribe to. All right. Calendar on to off. You could do it so that it was, when it's on for a certain amount of time, right? If we look at what that's supposed to look like. The kinds of triggers, MQTT, numeric state, something like this. Oh no, that's not right. Not a numeric state. Is that right? There we go. Right here. So you could also, so this will send it to you at the end of the game, right? But you could make another one, or if you wanted it at halftime, you could say when it goes to on, and then for, say, an hour, right? For 1 hour, and then this would be this kind of format. So it would be 0, 1. Is that 1 hour or is that 1 day? That's 1 hour. All right, so now it says when they've been playing for an hour, it'll trigger. Okay? On to off won't work. That would be the end of the day. No, Trevor, I don't think so. Because the way this calendar works, when there's an active event for this Michigan basketball calendar, the state of that calendar entity is on. So when the game is over, the state goes back to off. It goes from on to off, just like it's a switch. It's just a switch that gets turned on when they are playing, and Google updates that calendar, and then the switch turns back to off when they're not playing anymore. So it won't be the end of the day. It would just be the end of the game. I'm pretty sure. I'm right? Yes, that's twice today. Ooh, I'm on a roll. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there we go. If it's an all-day event, that may be true. That's true. If it was an all-day event, it probably would be true. Yes, Hugh is correct. And in that way, Nick is also correct, or whoever it was. Trevor. Yep. We can all be right. Can't we all be right? I'm just going to keep my quotes consistent. Singles is singles. All right, so this is going to give us this thing once they've been playing. So now we're going to just do the action. And the action is going to be something simple. I don't need an alias for the action. That's weird. I don't know why that showed up that way on that template. The action is going to be call service, action service. Oh, this is cool. Wow. And then the service, we're going to go here to my home system. We're going to find the service that I want. And it's going to be, I'm going to open another window here. Because the iPhone app changed. So I don't know what it is now. Is it message? No. Is it notify? Oh, you could also have it read out loud on a Amazon Echo or Google Home. Notify DrZz's iPhone. That's probably it. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have it notify DrZz's iPhone. And then we're just going to, let's test it. So we're going to notify DrZz's iPhone, and then we're going to have it right here. We're going to say what we have in this template, right? We're going to copy that, and we're going to test it right now. And we're going to see if we can go message, and then quotes, and then this, and then close quotes. And then we'll call the service, and we'll see if it gives me the message on my phone. So far, no messages on my phone. But it didn't say it couldn't send to the service. Couldn't say it didn't call the service. Hey, Doctor, late one today. That's right, Mexico, Matt. Got to pick up the kids. See you, Keith. Halftime eats. Displayed on the LED matrix. Oh, Stuart, you're a genius. You're a mad genius, except it's not displaying anything. Dang it. Let's just try notify.notify and see what happens. Optional. Oh, data. That's probably what it needs to be. It needs to say, probably needs to be data. And then message. And then that whole thing. In quotes. All right, now we'll try notify. Oh, it went away. Dang it. Dang it. Maybe it'll still be there. No, it's not still there. Can't see the left? Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right, let's try it again. But I think I did have the message in quotes the first time. So this needs to say data first. No? Oh, I thought I put it in quotes. Failed to call service. Oh, there it goes. That worked. That worked. That worked. That worked. That worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. So that'll work. And it'll show the score. And you could even, for the message, you could even say, you could say something like halftime, right? Halftime, and then whatever that is. Oh. Yeah, that worked. It worked. Now it's at halftime. But I think what happens if I'm doing notify like that, I think it's actually blasting it to everything. So It's probably like showing up on the Echo downstairs or my wife's phone or a bunch of other things. Let's see if we can try the DrZz's phone part again. Oh, let's not lose all this. Oh, I guess this wasn't really that big deal. Well, what we want to do, the right thing to do, let's just do it here. We're going to do notify.notify here. But then we don't need this data template. Right? We just need this. Will that work? I thought data goes first. Check your HA main screen. It should show the last notification media. Oh, cool. Oh, under notifications. Oh no, it didn't show up. Under notifications, didn't show up there. That's weird. Sorry, super late. I have to get to bed. No problem. How we doing? We're doing great, man. Hey, Mr. Fat, how's it going? Louis Estau, how's it going? All right. What do you think? Media players? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's look at media players. Stand by. Pause. No, not showing anything. Those are just automations. Well, anyways, good night. WLED working on D1 Mini. Yay! All right, Bing. Good night. Have a good one. Well, I actually think this is a success. I'm satisfied to call this a success. You can fine tune and tweet. What are we trying to do? We are taking Louis. We've taken Google Calendar, a public Google Calendar, which is set for a sports team. And they have tons of them for all different kinds of sports all over the world. And you have to go through a process to connect to the API, the Google Calendar API, which wasn't too hard. You go through a couple screens and you get a couple codes. And with those codes in Home Assistant then can get information from that calendar. And when it does, it basically makes a switch. It's a calendar entity. It says calendar dot whatever, but it functions as far as its state like a switch. And it also gives some information though, like the message, which is which teams are playing, and that message gets updated throughout the course of the game with the score. So what we've made is I made two automations. One automation that just says when the game starts, we're going to turn on some lights with a specific effect. So we know the game's on. Thank you, C. Tendra. Good to see you, man. I didn't know you were here. Glad you were here. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here. And then this second automation we just finished that sends a notification to everybody, or you would put in here your phone or whatever service, whatever you use for notifications, if you want it on your phone or a media player or something else. But you do the notification here, and then the message is halftime, and then this little template, which will grab you the message, the state, well, not the state, it's the message, from that calendar entity, which shows the score. So basically, this will grab it at halftime, or after they've been playing for an hour, and shoot you the score. And then you could do the same thing. You could do the same thing with one more, and just change it. Well, we already talked about this, but you could change this instead of from to on for an hour. You could say to off from on, or just to off, and then it would show you this score at the end of the game. So really cool. Really cool, really cool. Do you have it to do a particular effect with WLED? Yeah, Matt, I have it running. I have it, the effect I had it run was running 2, which is just kind of two colors that kind of just go in stripes. So, hello, gato. Awesome. Off topic, but can anyone recommend a good way to measure my roof line from the ground? I'm trying to figure out LEDs for a setup next year. You know what, Alfred? There are apps that I think do a pretty good job of that. Do you have iPhone or Android? I don't know if one's better than the other. I have iPhone. Kind of unfortunately, I'd like to switch, but Merry Christmas from Spain. Merry Christmas to you too. Used the ladder for regular lights this year and made me realize that I never want to do it again. I'm with you, Alfred. I am with you. I hope I've not, I know for sure I've not gotten on my last ladder, but I think I can pretty safely say I've climbed my last roof peak. We still have a window that goes out on the roof to a fairly flat area, and I would expect at some point I'll probably go out there again. And I certainly have to get up on ladders from time to time, but yeah, I feel you. I know what I know what you're going through. Glad I caught the stream tonight. Knew there had to be a way to get the score. There it is, Alex. We got it. iPhone has an app. Tender says it. You betcha. Oh, but you have Android. Oh, there's probably something. Look and see. I'm sure there's a measuring app. I don't know what to recommend. No more ladders, more LEDs, more shows, more. Oh, good times. All right. Well, you know what? I am going to set up one more of these because I want to see. This is at halftime. Get a score update. Well, we're going to copy it and then we'll do it. So we're going to copy all this. And we're going to paste it down here. And then we're going to change the name of this at the end to at half of the b-ball game. And then that's all fine. I can leave that as is. And then this one, I just want to change this unique code to something else unique. And then score update at the end of the game. And then it's going to go to off. You don't really have to have a from. But it's my habit. From on. So this says anytime. And this will say game over. And it'll give me the score. Oh, I flippin' love it. Love it. Thank you, Will. Will's got a link for you there. Now you have me thinking, instead of using Google Calendar, what about an API with ESPN? So Trevor, that's where this started. There may be an API for ESPN. That would be awesome. ESPN used to have an if this then that app. And that's what I used 2 years ago to do almost something just like this. I didn't have a score, way to update the score in the middle, but the ESPN app in if this then that would send a blast at the beginning and the end of the game. And actually, I think they would send when there was a score as well. But in if this then that, you could set it to run a webhook at those moments in the game. In fact, I bet you I still have it in my automations here somewhere. I bet I still do. But anyways, the problem was they eventually, it's been over a year now that they took that ESPN app out of if this then that. And you know what? I was reading Dimitar, the guy that makes the Shellys, right? Shelly Dimitar guy. He was he made a comment on his Facebook page that they were looking at potentially using if this then that, or getting if this then that app for Shelly, but if this then that wants a lot of money. They wanted like $1 per user per month or something. And so it would quickly eat all their profit. Be, thousands and thousands of dollars a month. So I wonder if ESPN decided that was, not that ESPN is lacking for money, but perhaps nobody was using it and it was costing a lot of money. And based on the number of if you're basing on the number of users, ESPN probably has a lot. So alert, maybe ESPN has a hidden API. What? I'm trying to do a Proxmox and move away from the Nook and Docker. Oh. Well, Proxmox Has.io LXC is the same as other Proxmox Has.io install. Are you asking, Will? Do you know about the new script from Whiskers for Has.io Proxmox? I don't. I know that he made it. That's about all I know. I haven't tried it yet. But I would think it would be. I would think it would be good, and I would think it would be useful. Whiskers is a smart dude, and if he's gonna make it like that, he's gonna have it like that for a reason. It's not the same, but again, like Will says, it's better in ways, right? Configuration is easier and changeable on the fly. Awesome. Have been running it for 5 weeks. Awesome. LXC would be a container versus VM. Yes, Pinky. Yes. Just Google the ESPN API and there is documentation about an API they offer. Awesome. All right, there you go, Trevor. Well, then let's get it. Let's get it. We need an ESPN. We need an ESPN integration in Home Assistant just directly, right? Let's do it. No Bluetooth support. That's an LXC limitation. I see. All right. So I think we did a good job here. Let's save this. And then we're going to go that we learned our lesson the hard way, right? We learned our lesson the hard way, and we're going to check the config. The one time I decide to skip that step. Happy with Proxmox VM? I am too. Mine's just been cruising. I haven't had to do anything to it. In fact, it's been so long since I messed with it that oopsies. Mapping values not allowed here. Configuration.yaml line 2342, column 15. Oh gosh. I should not have a line 2352 or 42. Mapping values are not allowed here. What did I do wrong? Why did this thing move? What's that? You had an alias instead of service? Oh, yeah, you're right. It says alias. But I don't have trigger. That's what I don't have. Like that. Right? That's kind of important. Shut down Proxmox VM set to not boot on startup. Run the script. Okay, good. Will is the master. I forgot about that too, Will. I forgot you were in on all that stuff too, so I'm glad. Double glad. Okay. Try that again. Thank you. Thank you, Creative. So tomorrow the sun will come out. Tomorrow. What do you guys want to? I've got a list. What do you guys? You guys that are here tonight. What do you guys want to do tomorrow for the stream? Third day of Christmas. See your Discord. I sent you an example. Man, Louis, I'm so sorry. My Discord is. I think my Discord crashed or something. Do you need Windows to run Proxmox? No, Nigel. Proxmox is the operating system. It's an operating system that is built just to house VMs, virtual machines. So, crud. Automation action message. Probably. Oh, did I misspell that? That looks like I misspelled something. Does it need to be data first? Or did I just misspell it? It doesn't look like it's misspelled. Lights, please. Lights more tomorrow? Okay, well, let's do a lights tomorrow. We'll kind of go back and forth. Yeah, it's data. It's got to be data first. Well, if, you know what, tomorrow, well, I won't have time. I won't have time to do that. What I would like to do, since RGB Man's going to come over, I'm out of LEDs, but he's going to come over tomorrow morning, looks like around 10. And then I'll have some LEDs to play with. And I want to start working on a DIY Christmas tree, you know? And Henry's like, more lights, please. More programming the lights. You want to do more on programming the lights, Henry? I got you. Okay, I think I understand now. On the fly memory CPU. Yep, that's right. WLED 9, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. You better be streaming on Monday. It's my birthday. You know it, Creative. We're going to do a birthday stream for you. You got to show up and remind me. Well, what time Monday? Well, so during the weekdays, yes, we did it. All right, we're going to reload that. During the weekdays, during the 12 streams of Christmas, I'm going to have to be on this time of day. and maybe even a little later, just because, I get off work and that's when I can do it. I don't have any weekdays off anymore. All right. Hey, how did the Google Calendar go? One of the best things I've done in Home Assistant. It went well. I've had it done. I've had it working. And so, but I went through that process again, Rob, just to show everybody. But it's working good. And what we were able to do is pick out the scores from the games. Have you done that? Have you played with the, like subscribing to a team calendar? And then you can, in the message, it gives you a message and you can extract the message. And as the game progresses, the score gets updated in the message. And so you can get a notification, however you want it, that will give you the score during the game and at the end. Pretty awesome. So that's what we did. It worked out well. Worked out very well. Glad you're here. How's it going? My wife loves it because she can be part of the automations by adding things to the Google Calendar. Nice. For some reason, I got to figure out why. Maybe I need to go back through and do the and do what I did today and get the new API, get a new API code and stuff. Because for some reason, not all my calendars show up. Only 3 calendars show up, and it's the holidays and it's these 2 Michigan calendars. My own personal calendar doesn't show up, even though my own personal calendar is in here. And other things are in here too, like Real Salt Lake and others that I subscribe to. The kids' school. I'd really like to have one for the kids' school in here. But for some reason, they're not all showing up. I know a lot of them say false, but some of them also said, I put them all to false now, but some of them did say true, and it still didn't, they weren't quite showing up. Not exactly sure why. So I need to tinker with that a little bit, but I do love it. Actually, this time works perfect for me. Oh, okay, cool, Alex. Well, this time I will definitely have to do this time a few more times this coming up week and a half, because during the weekdays this will be the time. But in the morning, or like tomorrow and Sunday, I can do it earlier in the daytime. Understood. Awesome. Okay, so we didn't reload those yet, so let's do that. And then do you guys want to target our sticker giveaway tonight to people that were extra helpful? Troy left, but he was extra helpful. And then Kevin popped in with that template when we needed it. And who else? There was somebody else that really did a lot early on. I can't remember now who it was. You guys tell me. Do you want to do drawing for it, or should we reward some people that were that helped out? I'll leave it to you. You guys can pick. Stickers. I'm still here. Oh, good. Troy's still here. Troy, I think you deserve stickers today, my friend. You do. You certainly deserve stickers today. So send me a message in Discord. I'm not going to get it right away. I'm going to have to restart things before I get it. But oh, hey, Jordan, how's it going? Love the beard, as always. Helpers first. Birthday stickers. You get them on Monday. All right? Creative, you get them on Monday. Got the vinyl cutter. So just email me the files. Oh, cool, Tim. Okay, I can do that. Totally can do that. What I can do, which vinyl cutter did you get, Tim? Did you get Cricut? Because I think I can share things that I have made on my, my Cricut profile or whatever. So I totally could do that. Reward. All right, Tim votes for rewards too. Well, so now who else was it? Do you guys remember? Help me remember. Oh, rewards for sure. Hey, Just the Hobby, how's it going, man? All right, well, Troy wins, and then, oh, good, you do have the Cricut Maker. That's the same one I have. So remind me, hit me up in Discord, and I will, well, maybe we can even see if I can do it here. I share this with my mom, so close, yes. Hard to say because Proximox isn't reading it. Okay. So if I go to my project, so a lot of this is stuff my mom's made. View all. These are some fun things. These are the things that we have the kids do. 5 things before bed, after school. So here's how I make my stickers. There's all the DrZzs things for my stickers. That'll print like 20 of them. This I'm going to put on my van. I was trying to decide which one I liked best, which text put Vanzilla on the van. And then here's some Home Assistant ones. So let's see. Oh, I can share them right here. All right, there you go. To share this project, add more info. Okay. Tags. Add tags so others can find your project. DrZzs, that's a tag. Description. Oh, that's what's required. Okay. Just gonna say DrZzs stickers. All right. At least one landscape photo. Watch this. We're gonna. You want to play that game? Fine. We'll play it. Oh, let's see. We'll save this. This has absolutely nothing to do with what we should be talking about. Should I get some for upcoming with the ideas? Yeah? Haven't hit 80 likes. How about we do that? Let's do it. Thank you, Will. Screenshots. Let's put it right there. Okay, and then we're going to go. We're going to look for screenshots, not search in Xlights. We're going to search for screenshots. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? You just go to pictures, and there's probably some picture here. Let's just put a picture in there. Squirrel. Okay, save. All right. Oh, gosh. Now I can share it, huh? Share Facebook, Pinterest. What? Can't you just let me post it somewhere? Oh, dear. Cricut design. All right. Well, I'll play with this another time. Anyways, nudge, nudge. All right. Okay. Back to this. Oh, the last thing I wanted to do was just test these automations one more time. I never did hit reload on that, did I? Nope. I don't want. Nope. Put the files on Dropbox. Okay. I'll try and figure out how to do that. I mean, I know how to put things on Dropbox, but I mean, this Cricut design space thing. You know, this is set to cut these stickers out of a vinyl, so it's basically like 3D printing or whatever. If I can go directly in Discord, yeah. Thanks for tonight's stream. Got your calendar set up for your tablet screen. Fantastic, Creative. I love that. You know what? That makes me feel so good. Thank you for telling me that you did that. When we go through something like this, and at the end of it, somebody says, "Oh, I followed along as you did it, and I got mine working already." I'm like, oh man, that's fantastic. Because then, like the hour or 2 hours that we spent doing it, it probably saved, you know, somebody several more hours of trying to figure it out on their own. And they did it right now and can tell me that, hey, that was good, that was helpful. Love it. Love it. So thank you. And I'm glad to hear it. All right, server controls, reload automations. That was what I needed to do. Here, kitty, kitty. I've been majorly distracted tonight. Double squirrels. Watching some people outside my house right now watching the light show. They got out of the car. That seems weird. Maybe it's because their windows were fogging up. They were so excited they probably got all sweaty and worked up in the car. Go over the controllers tomorrow? Okay. We can do some stuff with that. I want to talk about macros. So we can talk about WLED and macros, and maybe we can build another, now that I've got my controllers set up in Xlights, we can build another show. We can make a show and make a good show. My show is just kind of like threw together something and just had to try and time things with beats and stuff. It worked out, but just repinted an LED light strip holder and had to Dremel off part of one side to squeeze your filament roller. Which calendar triggers did you use? Google? Yes, Betsis. We used Google Calendar. Yepers. We followed, I don't think I have the window up anymore. We followed this right here. We followed this Google Calendar integration to get it set up. And then in Google Calendar itself, when you go to the calendars, you can add a calendar here, browse calendars of interest, and then you pick, something that you like. And there's no baseball right now. I don't know if there's any games playing tonight. I was very disappointed that they don't have a Las Vegas Golden Knights here. That's just criminal. What the heck they're thinking. They went to the Stanley Cup Finals, for goodness sakes. Anyway, so you add your calendar here, and then it creates a calendar entity in Home Assistant that you can then use as a trigger. So it's pretty cool. Holy calendar events, Batman. You have a lot. I do. I have too many. But they're useful for a lot of things. Okay, now let's test those automations, and that will be the last thing we'll do. And then I'm going to have dinner. Oh, good. Now it's going. NHL, please, right? Do a show for when Michigan wins with the stuff we did tonight. Sounds perfect, Alex. Sounds perfect. I'm sure we can get Vanessa and Rob and some of these others. Rob, I don't remember. Were you Buckeye man too? Buckeye fan? I know you're in Florida now, but anyway. All right. We're going to search for these. I know I've had a few Buckeye fans running around here, running loose, running wild. Okay, we're going to do, did we call it U, or do we call it bball? I think we called it bball. So it should be automations. Okay, here we go. Automation score update at the end of the game. So we're just going to trigger that, and then I should get an automation. I should get a notification on my phone. And I did. Perfect. And it says game over, Ducks at Wolverines. Perfect. Badgers here. That's cool, Betsis. Go Bucks. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, Rob. So sad. And then halftime. We can click this one and trigger it. And there it is again. Now it says halftime, and it gives me the score, or it gives me the message, which during the game will have the score. And then I guess there was one that was the automation basketball game. This one right here. This is the one that turns my lights on, which they're already on, so it wouldn't do anything. Buckeye spanked us both. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I don't know. Man, they have just gotten... I remember the days when we used to win. I remember I was in the big house. I think I've said this before, but I was in the big house. Not the last time that Michigan beat Ohio State, because there was that one year when Fickle was the head coach of Ohio State. But prior to that, the last time that, and it was the last time that Michigan won the Big Ten, I think, I'm pretty sure. It was like 2003. I was there as a med student. Oh my gosh. Wildcats, K-State, baby. I like their logo. K-State's cool. Yeah, I'm sure. If I was in, I don't know how you could be anywhere near Columbus and not be a big fan. Same with Ann Arbor. You can't be in Ann Arbor and not be a fan unless you're from someplace else first. But anywho, all right. That is cool. Time to make one for every score from the Habs. Nice. All right, fellas. So as far as the giveaway, it feels weird not having a giveaway, but I'm okay with not having a giveaway because I still have to print out 70 or 80 from that day I gave everybody the stickers. So, and with 12 days of Christmas, it'll be okay if we can just give some out to helpful people. So we will give it to Troy, and I thought it was Kevin. It was a guy named Kevin that helped. So Kevin and Troy, send me your addresses. If you guys think of somebody else that was extra helpful, let me know. At least basketball team is looking good this year. I'm happy to see the basketball team looking as good as they do. I'm happy for that for sure. Give away a J Channel jig. Oh, that's a great idea, Curtis. That's a great idea. I wonder if I could fit that in an envelope. Anywho, all right. Should I call the kids up and do a sign off? Let's do it. They're going to think that they're going to do a giveaway and we'll just have them just do this thing. Uh-oh. I'm not hearing her say it's time for sign off. All right. Well, I'm just going to sign off myself. Okay, guys. So tomorrow we'll be back again with a third day. Send it to me COD. All right. If you need it, Curtis, let me know. We'll try and figure something out. We'll try and get you one. Okay. Second, the J Channel jig. Maybe you should sell them on your site unless you do, which I need to. So I'm working on for next year. I'm going to try and have more things that I might sell directly. Things that, that are a lot of the stuff that I use. It would just be easy. Wouldn't be easier, but it would be better if I sold some of these things directly instead of through Amazon or AliExpress. So be watching for that. It's in the works. Okay. It's part of my reason for going to China. So, all right, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Adios. Good night. Oh no, that wasn't it. Okay.